Hello, hello! Guys, can we just talk about this for a second? Like, just the fact that this is happening. Okay, so if you guys are going to be hopping on here now, if you are catching the replay, comment #replay so I can see that you are hopping on here. As you guys hop on, please say hello. I can't believe this is happening. This is crazy. Okay, so hello guys. For those of you that see all the hearts popping up, we call it smashing hearts. So the more you do that, the better I'm gonna feel. So please feel free to smash all the hearts. Hello Molly, hello Brianna. Wow, what an emotional day, my friends. Okay, let me tell you. My first ever Scentsy event was 2015 Spring Sprint, which was back then World Tour, what we called it. And I sat in a room, and Kelly Tenney, who is my Superstar director, and if you are lucky enough to know her, bless your heart, because she's the best human ever. Anyways, I sat in on Kelly Tenney's training in a Spring Sprint setting, and I was a baby consultant, like literally nothing crazy, guys. And I remember sitting in the back of this room as an education student in college, no desire to do anything with Scentsy, and I was like, I want to do this. At one point in my life, I want to do trainings. I want to lead these sort of breakout sessions. It was my dream. Literally 5 years ago, it was my dream, and here we are. Thank you, Kelly. I love you, friend. God, do I love you. So here we are, training with a group of about 9,000 people. Holy heck, if you are here, say hello. Tell me where you are watching from. If we are not friends yet, I promise, guys, by the time this is over, we're going to be friends, because that's just the kind of person I am. I just befriend literally like every Scentsy person ever. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about myself a little bit because some of you don't know me. So you read earlier a little bit about my story, but let me tell you guys, when it comes to Scentsy, I was a failure, like an epic failure. But I'll tell you one good thing that happened out of that, because what happens when you fail, you can get better. You have to fail in order to succeed. So my friends, let me tell you this, I was a huge failure. And if you have been a huge failure in your business, don't worry. You have to fail in order to find success. So let's talk about that failure just to start it off. I want to let you guys know, preface this. Any of my girls will tell you all day long, I am a quote queen. I am obsessed with quotes. I speak in quotes. I share quotes on a daily basis in my team page, on my Instagram, on my Facebook. You see it often. So let me tell you, one of the most impactful quotes that I've ever heard in my life is, you can't change where you started, but you can start where you are and change how it ends. Now, my friends, when I first started selling Scentsy, there was just some part of me that was like, well, my best friend first off talked me into it. And she goes, okay, sell Scentsy. And I'm like, no. And she asked me for 6 months straight, like literally 6 months straight. And eventually I said yes. And I was like, oh, I'll just do it when I get home. And she goes, no, you're going to do it right now. Otherwise, you're not going to join. And I go, you're right. So I did. Thank goodness my sponsor is my closest friend in the whole world and talked me into this, and I just can't believe how far it's come. Anyways, so I joined Scentsy, and back then when I joined, the requirements in order for you to stay a consultant was 150 PRV every 3 months. And let me tell you guys, I was up for termination every 3 months my first year. Wow, did I not do well. And let me tell you, some of those months I bought myself in. Like literally, I had this stupid feeling in my gut that I was like, I shouldn't do this. I know this is wrong, but there's just some part of me that's like, don't quit. You just buy yourself another warmer Vanessa. It's fine. Just get more wax. You're going to use it anyways. And I just had this gut feeling that something good was going to come out of this. And boy, was I right 7 years later. So I kept failing every 3 months. And then I had my first consultant join my team, and we had a total falling out, and it was ugly. And then I started working my business, but then I'd fall off, and then I'd start working my business, but then I'd fall off, and I'd start working my business, but then I'd fall off. Craziness, right? And I kept saying like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then I'd quit on myself. and things would get hard, and didn't want to get uncomfortable. And there'd be so many times, friends, that I revamped my business. And we came so close to director numbers in 2016, and I thought we were going to have it, and I earned the incentive trip, and then it didn't happen. We were like 100 GWV short. It was so small, and I was like, what? What is life? So it didn't happen. And you know what? I'm so glad that it didn't happen. So if you ever have gotten so close to a goal, I know that's all of us, and it didn't happen, don't be mad. I promise when it does happen, it's going to feel even better. Because when I did hit director, it was insane. It was incredible because I had made this happen. And the chances are you're going to want it more the second time than you did the first time. And you're going to learn so much more in the time that it takes from where you thought you were going to be to when you actually make those things happen. So we hit director, everything was great, and I stopped partying. And I stopped expanding my customer base, and I stopped focusing on my own sales because all I cared about was my damn team. Whoops, sorry guys. All I cared about was my dang team because I love them. I do. However, my business suffered, and in turn, everything started plummeting. And here we were, in and out of director queue several times, like every 6 months out of DQ, barely squeaking by, and then I lost title. Completely dropped down to SSC. There is actually on my wall here my 2019 Austin, Texas SFR. It was a superstar director ribbon or superstar consultant ribbon because I had dropped down. And I'll tell you guys, I wanted to quit. And what happens is the worse things get, the more you want to quit. And the more you want to quit, the closer you are to a breakthrough. When you are so close to wanting to quit, you are actually just around the corner from your next biggest breakthrough. And what happened was 2019 SFR was hard, but I recognized that a title doesn't define me. It doesn't mean I'm a not great leader. It doesn't mean that I'm not a great consultant or not a great person or anything else. And everything changed. My whole Scentsy world, my whole life just completely flipped upside down. And I realized this doesn't define me. And the only thing I am in control of is myself and how I work my own business. So I said, I'm going to revamp. And I'm not going to revamp like I used to revamp. I'm going to actually revamp. I'll let you guys know on a little personal information. I was homeless in 2019 for a few months. And that was hard. That was really hard. But I stopped working my business. Everything was hard. I lost my title. I literally was couch surfing. And then I changed everything. I went to a leadership retreat with my superstar director, and she had us write all of our numbers down from the previous year. And then I was ready to cry writing my numbers down. I was so embarrassed. And then she told us to rip it up. And she said, it doesn't matter. Whatever happened before doesn't matter because that's not the direction you're going. You're moving forward. So whatever happened in the past doesn't matter. And I was like, what? Really? I just get a fresh start just like that. And she was right. I did. So 2020 hit and COVID hit. I lost my job. Everything was crazy, but I revamped my business. And what I did is I stalked all of these other incredible people. And if you want to level up, my friends, find people who are where you want to be. Stalk them. Get to know them. Ask them questions. Don't be shy. And I'll tell you the answer then was parties and consistency. Thank you, Chelsea Otto, because that consistency talk beat me into some sense. Seriously, it was totally crazy. And then everyone else was parties. Vanessa, you have to constantly expand your customers. You have to do parties so you can meet new customers, so that you have more hosts, so you have more parties, so you have people to bring onto your team. That's the key. That's the secret sauce to success. So friends, learn from my mistake. Success does not go like this, right? It's not a straight line up. It looks like this. It looks like a roller coaster. Sometimes it looks like a squiggly line that's a jumbled up mess because that is life. And that is your business and that is success. Friends, if you feel lost, just hang tight. It's going to all work out. You just have to have some drive, some discipline, and some consistency, and you got this. You already have all the love and support you could ever need here in Scentsy. The more involved you are with this business, the more love you're gonna find. from home office, from other leaders, from other consultants, from customers, from your team members, from everything else. My friends, the more involved you are in this business, the more love you'll find. I can't tell you how much my phone has been blowing up all day from all of the people that love me, that know how big of a deal this is. This tonight, you being here listening to me, you catching the replay, this is a huge deal because this has been my dream for years and years and years. So I'm just coming to you. I wanted to preface with all that so that you knew that where I'm coming from is a place of truly, I get it. Very rock bottom. You're not speaking to someone who hasn't had an easy time. So when I tell you something, I tell you it is the truth. So we're going to start off. I'm just going to talk about this first because this is huge. Time sensitive. Order yourself the fall stuff right now. Like literally as soon as we're off this training, I want you to go either onto your workstation in the consultant store or collect orders for free shipping and order yourself the products and business supplies that you need for fall, winter. Do what's in your budget, but I promise you guys, you have to set yourself up for success. Don't share that catalog too early because you will shoot yourself in the foot. If you have any hopes of aspiring anything great this month, don't do it. I promise it's not worth it. Okay, now friends, goals. Every month, every successful month that anyone has ever had has always started off with a goal, okay? This is a goal for your personal growth, for your PRV, for your parties, for your customer bases, for your VIP, for your consistency, your discipline, growing your team, working towards an incentive trip, whatever it is, my friends. You have to have a goal. You have to have a direction set in mind. Otherwise, you're just going to kind of work. And then you're going to kind of make some moves and you're going to kind of sell some Scentsy, but you're not really going to go anywhere. You have to be on top of it. Plan ahead. You fail to plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's true, guys. So your goals need to be attainable, realistic. Your goals need to be measurable, which means like it has a set number to it. You can't tell me, I want to have a good month. A good month to me is 2,500 PRV. A good month to somebody else might be 100. So be specific with what that means to you. It has to be time specific. So by the first week of the month, by the 15th of the month, by the end of this month, by 6 months from now, by a year from now, whatever it is, set a time-specific part to your goal. Now, minimums and goals are two different things. This is the first thing that changed my business when I decided to start working hard. I used to say, my goal is to be active. And you know what I did? I worked towards my goal, but if it didn't happen, I really didn't push. I'd be like, oh, I'll try again next month. No worries. But as soon as I changed my mindset and I found, I don't even remember where, it was so long ago, I don't remember who it came up with it, but someone told me about minimums and they said, Vanessa, no more goals, minimums. Minimum means you don't stop working until you hit it. So then I told myself, okay, I'm going to hit active every single month. And that's going to be my minimum. And I'm not going to stop working until I make that happen each and every month. Now, my friends, that was 200 when it was active. And then as I became a leader, it became 500. And then eventually it was 750. And then it was 1,000. And then it was 1,250. And then it was 1,500. And then it was 1,750. And then in 2020, it was 2,000. 2020 was my second ever 2K month. And it was a huge deal. And I was like, whoa, this is what consistency does. Hello, paycheck. Hello, 30% commission. I see you. Friends, 2,000 PRV. It's scary. When you're not used to selling that much, that's scary. But I'm telling you, you can do that. You, even if you only sell 200 PRV a month, can make that happen. You got to work hard. You got to stay consistent. And you got to practice some discipline and willpower. But sis, you got this. You can make that happen because I'll tell you guys, I am something special. Most people are like, oh, I'm not anything special. No, I am. I'm something special. My story was meant to be shared. My story is something that I tell because it could be the survival page. It could be a page in your survival guide. This could be something that helps move you forward. So I am something special. However, what I do is nothing special. What I do is something anyone can do. All it takes is consistency and discipline. So my friends, 2,000 PRV. I have since, in the last few months, bumped up that minimum to 2,500 PRV. Never in a million years, as the girl who used to be up for termination every 3 months, did I think that that was possible. It is. You can do this. So, minimum and maximum PRVs. You need to figure out how many parties you need. The answer is never 0 because you need parties in order to grow your customer base. The second that you stop growing your customer base, your business will fall. You will fail. And it is really hard. Take it from someone who's done it a lot. It is really hard to restart. It is harder to restart than it is to not stop. I can promise you that one, friends. It is harder to restart than it is to just stop. So keep growing your customer base. The second you stop is when you're going to plateau. And when you plateau, you either go up or you go down. You can't stay here for very long. So choose to go up. Stay consistent. Grow that customer base. I promise you guys that's where it's at. So parties, new customers. I suggest 5 to 7 per month. Because what that means, friends, when you have new customers, that is people that help you to increase that minimum PRV. The bigger your customer base is, the bigger you can have your PRV minimum each month. If you never grow your customer base, though, that's not going to increase. I can promise you that. Learned the hard way. Also, those new customers are going to be what turn into future hosts. And what do future hosts turn into, friends? Consultants that join your team, which could be your very next rock star, who could shoot up to director or star director or superstar director, and before you know it, you are working towards circle of excellence. Dream big, my friends. It's totally possible. I'm going up to the top. I'm ready to take you with me if you're ready to climb and put the work in. So, next thing you need to focus on every single month, Scentsy Club subscribers. By the way, July 15th, tune in. We're going to go in detail about Scentsy Club, so make sure that you tune in for that, but you need to have a minimum Scentsy Club goal every single month with who is joining in, how many conversations you want to have, new subscriptions, how many subscriptions per month, however you want to do that. You can focus on recruits, or you could focus on recruiting conversations, because you are in total control of how many conversations you have. You're not in complete control of how many people join. So really focus hard on how many people you want to ask and offer the opportunity to. Next thing you could focus on goal-wise, active frontline, paid at title, hitting promotions, all sorts of stuff like that. But every month you need to make sure you have that goal. That is huge, 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 okay? The other thing that is really important to talk about when we're saying you need to grow your customer base, if you have a continuously growing customer base, I want you to think about it as a cup, okay? Your business is a cup. You have a cup for your team, and you have a cup for your customers. There's a hole in the bottom of both cups. There will always be water that drips out of those cups no matter what you do. So you have to always be adding more water into your cup so that it doesn't dry out. You have to constantly be adding in new team members or adding in new customers, because you're always going to have a hole in the bottom. Now, what's going to happen is if you are actually good at your business, which you will be, if you feel like you're not yet, you will be. When you start to grow a team, your best customers will join, and they will be your best consultants. However, they're going to take their friends with you. You know, they party with you for a while, and they got like 50 friends that are in your customer base, but when they join, all 50 of those droplets come out of your cup. So you have to keep adding in new customers so that when you lose 50 drops, you don't run out. You still have PRV to fall back on, guys. And I'll tell you this, a consultant on your team is 100% more valuable to you than a customer ever could be. Promise you that, just trust me. Okay, now we're gonna get into some July specific stuff, okay? So we talked about business supplies. There is a discount on transition testers and a few other products, so make sure that you take advantage of that in July, okay? Now, you need, no matter what you do, you better get rid of all of your spring, summer 2021 product stuff. Your catalogs, your product sheets, your showcase brochures, all of them have to go. If you throw them away, that's a bunch of missed opportunities that you are quite literally just throwing into the garbage, okay? Don't throw stuff in the garbage. That's a waste of your time and money. You spent money on these products, don't throw it away. Every single time you throw one of these into the paper shredder, you're throwing away a missed opportunity at a new customer, at a future host, at someone that could have joined your team because you threw this away. Okay, guys? So you got to get rid of all of these. What you got to do is you have to tell your customers. You have got to communicate to everybody in the world that this is the last month that we have this and that it's 10% off month, so you should stock up on stuff because it's at a discount. We only discount our stuff twice a year, in July and then in February, 10% off. Other than that, it's just a random sale, or you have to host a party to get a discount. So I already shared these with you guys, but it's just this cute little graphic I made talking about 10% off discontinuing items and an enhanced starter kit. This is a QR code that specifically goes to the last chance portion of my PWS. It says scan this to see the last chance products. It's going to immediately pull up every single product that is discontinuing. It has my personal information on there, a picture of me with a mug because I love mugs, and that's it. And I'm just gonna tape this in front of all of my catalogs. I'm gonna print off a discontinuing sheet. I'm going to attach that to all of my product sheets. Guys, I'll tell you, you can get a regular envelope or these little manila ones. You can stick in a product sheet, 1 to 2 felt samples, a discontinuing sheet, and then one of these cute little flyers, and mail it for 1 stamp. Literally 50 cents. Mails one of these guys out. You don't have to break the bank to make these happen. So you have to do it though, because if you don't, it's a missed opportunity. And if you have missed opportunities, my friends, you're not that serious about growing. It's all about how bad do you want it. So you have to get rid of all of those things. So let's talk about how do you get rid of it. So what you could do is, what I like to do every once in a while is I will send out samples to any customer that has ordered 3+ months ago. Because what happens after 3 months is usually people are ready to reorder. So at that point, I just message them and say, hey, I have free samples coming your way. I've never, ever in my whole life, in my whole Scentsy life, my 7 years of selling Scentsy, I've never had anybody say, oh my God, how dare you send me samples? Ever. Okay, so if you message someone and say, hey, I have samples coming your way, keep an eye out in the mail, they're going to respond well. And maybe they place an order, because they weren't going to place an order unless you reached out to them. Chances are super slim. The other thing is, if you send out mail, you have to follow up on it. That's just the rule of thumb. If you don't follow up on the mail, don't send it. Promise you that. That's just tough love. Okay, so send it out to anyone that hasn't ordered in 3+ months. Message them when you send it. Follow up on it in a week, just to make sure that they get everything. All right, another thing you could do is post on Facebook Marketplace free samples. Take a picture of the catalog, take a picture of samples next to it, and say, free samples, message me for more information. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get their name, their address, and you're gonna mail it to them. You're gonna mail them samples with a product sheet. You're not gonna send them a catalog, a product sheet, samples, maybe another flyer or two in one of these, or a regular envelope for 1 stamp. Cheap, and you all of a sudden are getting rid of the products that aren't making you money if they sit in your closet, but you're also meeting new people. So those are potential new customers. I have gained new customers and new team members from Facebook Marketplace free samples. Okay, the next thing you could do is post on your Facebook or any social media or whatever and ask your friends who wants samples. Send it out. You could also phrase it as this: give one, get one. Give a sample, get a sample. If you let me know, if you tag a friend, or if you give me your friend's contact information, I will send them a sample and then I'll send you one too. But you're only gonna get one if you get me a new contact. So you're getting rid of 2 sets each time, and you're potentially making a new contact every single time with that one. Next thing, get uncomfortable. Nothing grows in your comfort zone, my friends. I didn't get to where I'm at without getting really uncomfortable. Like, I'm talking like too tight pants for 3 hours uncomfortable. Every time you go out in public and you go through a line or you see a clerk, you have to pass out Scentsy. Catalogs are really expensive to mail, but they're not expensive to physically hand to somebody, with your contact information, of course, and some samples, maybe a scent circle or whatever you want to toss in there, and give it to somebody and say, hey, I just wanted to give this to you to brighten up your day, and I hope you love it. Please contact me if you have any questions. Super simple, so easy. It's uncomfortable, and you're going to be like sweating like a pig, and your face might get all red, and you're going to be like, oh God, Vanessa, you're wild. But when you get someone calling you and say, hey, I remember that one time you gave me a catalog 6 months ago and I wanted to place an order. And you're going to be like, I don't know who the heck you are, but it's going to happen, my friends. It 100% will. So the grocery store, the bank, any store you walk into, because listen, I know you're going to like Home Goods. Go to Home Goods, drop it off, because people that work at Home Goods want their house to smell good and they care about cute things. Gas stations, the gym. Then you could even go as far as to ask people if you can leave your catalogs in a waiting room, in a salon, in a massage therapy place, wherever. Get creative, get out there, get uncomfortable. Last thing, put together, pre-make 1 to 5 basket parties. Just do a handful of samples. Of little samples or your testers. It doesn't have to be the full set. And put in a few catalogs and put in a few order forms and put in a few brochures or whatever and pre-make them up. And don't stop asking people until they're all gone. Keep asking people. You want to have a host for every single one, and you're not going to stop asking people until you have a host for every single pre-made basket party. Because the thing is, guys, we live lives with no excuses. If you want success like the top 1%, you got to work like the top 1%. And I'll tell you this, the top 1% lives a life with no limits. They work their business with no limits. They don't see a limit here. They don't see like, oh, I'm getting too close. Can't go past that line. Can't make my paycheck higher than that. Can't make my PRV higher than that. Cannot find more success than this. No, they are breaking glass ceilings, my friends. The limits aren't actually there. It's all in your head. They also don't make excuses. They make things happen. So you can choose to make an excuse or to make an action. There is no in between. There is no try. There is do or do not. By the way, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd in case you didn't know that. Okay, friends. So that's what we need to do. Next thing, big, scary thing. It's a big ask. I need you to reach out to every single customer that ordered anything on the discontinuing list. If they ordered Pineapple Pucker, I need you to reach out to every single person that has purchased Pineapple Pucker from you in the last 6 months. Every single cent that is leaving us, there's like, I don't know, over 30. You have to reach out to every single person that has ordered any of those 30 cents before they leave. And any of the fragrance flowers leaving. Any of the Scentsy soap leaving, any of the consumable products that are leaving, this is your job as the consultant. Because I'll tell you this, if you don't do it, I will. I have had customers leave their consultants to come hang out with me and come purchase me and come support my small business because I show up for them, because I follow up with them, because I let them know about LTOs and I ask if they need more wax. And I tell them, hey, this is leaving. Do you want me to add some on for you? Or hey, this is leaving, but you don't have to worry about losing it and having a Scentsy heartbreak because we have Scentsy Club. So I have quite literally had several customers meet me in a party, leave their consultant because they weren't consistent, and then support my business. Don't be that other consultant. You have to give your customers a reason to stay. You don't own them. They don't owe you loyalty. You have to give them a reason to want to stay with you. Give them a reason to want to be loyal to you. But I'll tell you, follow-up is the biggest part of that. So don't make the excuses. You're going to reach out to all of those customers and you're going to say, hey, I just wanted to reach out to you because you ordered this, and this, and it's leaving. You can stock up on it with a 10% discount this month only, or we can actually add your bars onto a Scentsy Club subscription and you can participate in our Always Get My Bar program and you'll never have to be without it. Please let me know if you need anything. Simple as that. Friends, when you reach out to your customers on a regular basis, it's not weird when you say stuff like that because you have a relationship with them, because you follow up with them on a regular basis. You're not reaching out with them and you haven't talked to them in a year or you haven't talked to them in 6 months. When you are consistent, it's not weird. So start now. Maybe you weren't consistent yesterday. Maybe you weren't consistent last month, but you are consistent right now. Starting today, after this live, you are a person who is consistent in their business. Promise. It's huge, huge, huge deal. Okay. Next thing you need to do is contact your current Scentsy Club subscribers and tell them about the discontinuing list. Say, hey, make sure you add this to your club before the 31st if you're interested. Again, I'm not getting into big detail on the Scentsy Club because we are going to have a training day on that July 15th. Next big ask I have for you is to go live. Go live about any products you own that are discontinuing that you love. Okay, guys? Any of the fragrances, any of the flowers, any of the warmers, any of it, go live. I don't care if you've never gone live before. I don't care if you're uncomfortable going live. Do it scared. Do it imperfect. Do it anyways. Do it without makeup. I go live without makeup all the time. My hair is in a hot wreck bun. My makeup is not done. I am in pajamas and I go live because guess what? My customers care that I'm authentic. They care that I'm showing up for them. They don't care what I look like. The other thing they don't care about is if your house is perfect or if your kids are in the background or if your dog's in the background or whatever. Because people relate to imperfections, not perfections. So don't worry about being perfect. Just do it anyways. Because when you go live about Scentsy Club or about things that you love, people will make a purchase. I promise. It's huge. They need to know that if Scentsy is good enough for you, it's good enough for me. Just do it. I promise, guys, you'll feel better. The more you do it, the better it is. Promise, promise, promise. Okay, now we're going to talk about a few things that are happening in July. So right now we're at the 30-minute mark. We're doing great. Okay. Things that are happening in July. July 6th, you can purchase the seasonal sales kit, which is one of each wax bar that's coming out. July 6th is also the moment by moment wax collection. There's more information on that in your news tab. July 7th through 14th is the Harry Potter pre-sale, which is up for redemption February 2022. My friends, you may not get PRV on that now, but you're going to collect on that PRV in a few months here. Always be setting yourself up for success in the future. You can't ever just focus on the month in front of you. You need to be thinking about the next 3 to 6 months because what happens is we are in a business of delayed gratification. That means that a lot of people quit Scentsy because they don't see immediate results. They quit Scentsy because they work hard and don't see a big paycheck right away. And they don't see a huge team right away or a huge promotion right away. It takes time. However, all things that are worth the wait take time. This is worth the wait, guys. I worked for myself. As of 3 weeks ago, I sell Scentsy full time because I put the work in before. I'll tell you, the work you do today will take 3 to 6 months before you see results. It's like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, do you dig it up all the time and say, hey seed, are you growing? No, you gotta trust. You gotta say, grow! You got this, girl! Grow, little seed, you got this! And you cheer your little seed on. And then you get a teeny tiny little sprout. And you're like, well, I can't get any fruit off of this. This is nothing. I worked so hard for this and I watered it every day and I gave it sunshine and I turned it and this is all I have. But friends, what's gonna happen is in a month from now, it's gonna be this big. And then it's this big. And then it's producing fruit. Guys, we are in a business of delayed gratification. Keep working because what you put in now will show up 3 to 6 months from now. What you don't do now will also show up 3 to 6 months from now. If you skip July because you're trying to work towards that incentive, you're going to fail. In September, October, 3 to 4 months from now, when you didn't work July, you're going to see the results of that because you're not going to have orders to follow up on and you're not going to have people that want to do a party with you. And people are going to be questioning, are you still a consultant? Because I haven't seen you post in a while. Friends, this is huge. Be consistent. Set yourself up for success in the future. Okay, customer newsletter sends out July 14th. That's an email that comes out through Scentsy. P.S. I highly recommend that you edit it, make it a little personal, so they know that it's coming from you. Very authentic. You've got... Authenticity is my favorite thing in the whole world because I used to be someone who never felt comfortable with who they were. I was a shell of myself for years and years and years, and I walked into a Scentsy, my very first Scentsy SFR, and it was Nashville 2015, and this is when I got this bar, and I have not warmed this bar since. And today was such a special occasion that I warmed the bar that I've been holding on to for 6 years because today is such a special occasion for me because you are so important to me. Because I want to see you succeed. Because my why is to help other people find success. This is you. Show up today, revamp today. But I'm telling you guys, I walked into this room, and you need to be a part of SFR. You have to. I don't care if you've been before. I don't care if you've never been. I don't care that it's virtual. You need to show up. Because what happened is I walked into this room and I was a very broken girl from a very broken home. and I didn't love myself, and I had no self-confidence. And I walked into this room and I saw people of all walks of life. I saw people in their 50s, in their 70s. I saw people that were my age. I was 18 years old, my friends. 18. There was people from 18 to 80. There was people with purple hair. There was people with green hair. There was people with their hair in a messy bun. There was people with long, beautiful curled locks. There were people in ball gowns. There were people in tennis shoes and jeans. There were people in tutus with tiaras. And what that meant to me is I walked into this room and I just looked. And I looked and I took it all in and I said, wow, look at all these people. Look at how different they all are. And yet look at how loved they are. They are all themselves, 100% themselves. I'm like shaking right now. And they are loved and they are accepted for who they are, and nobody's going to ask them to change. And if there's all these people here that can be 100% who they are, I wonder if I too could be my most authentic self and still be loved and still be accepted just as I am without being asked to change. And my friends, I am now surrounded and supported by so many people in this business. The more you work in this business, the more you throw yourself out there, the more people you're going to meet that'll change your life. I have so many people in here that changed my life and have loved me for who I am and have accepted me for who I am and embraced my crazy high energy, because I used to be bullied for this. I used to be shy. I used to be afraid of public speaking. My friends, this is how far I've come. You in this business are loved. You are accepted just as you are. So be authentic, because authenticity is your superpower. So change that newsletter up and be authentic to it, my friends. SFR leadership starts July 19th. Actual SFR goes from July 22nd to 23rd. You're going to take in a heck of a lot of training from a heck of a lot of rock stars, just like you will this month. You're going to take in so much stuff and you're going to get overwhelmed quickly. So listen to my words, my friends. Listen to my words. Write it all down. Everything you want to try, write it all down, but stop. Pick one thing, implement it for a week. If it works, keep it. Keep it trying. If it doesn't work, trash it and move on to the next one. But don't start and don't think this huge list, and don't try to start everything all at once. Don't try to do all of the things at once, because you will get overwhelmed and you will shut down. Been there, done that, don't do it. So soak up this month, soak up SFR and all the trainings, write down the things you want to try and implement so you don't lose them, and then slowly go through them. It takes time to grow. You're a little seed right now, and you don't turn into a tree that produces fruit tomorrow. So just like that, little things, step by step. Now, July 31st is the last day for any of the discontinuing products that are not sold out already. It's the last day to redeem Polar Panorama pre-orders, so make sure you follow up on those. Last day to redeem Monsters Inc. pre-sales. Make sure you follow up on those. Everything you do this month sets you up for success in August. Sets you up for success 3 months from now, 6 months from now, when we are finishing up an incentive period. If you've never earned an incentive, you need to go. I'm telling you guys, I've been on 3. They've changed my life. Since he took me on my first ever vacation, I will never I vacation often, and when I vacation without Scentsy, it's not the same. So the you that struggles with sales, the you that is self-conscious, the you that's afraid of getting uncomfortable, afraid of failure, afraid of rejection, you are going to earn your first incentive trip. This round, this incentive trip, you're going to start today. As soon as we're off this call, and you are going to make big things happen, and you're going to earn the promotions, and you're going to get out of your comfort zone, and you're going to get rid of all of these things that you paid for, and you're going to party, and you're going to make new customers, and you're going to grow a team, and you're going to hit promotions, and you're going to break your own records, and you are going to surprise yourself with how incredible you are, because there are no limits, my friends. There is nothing stopping you but this. So cut it out. Cut out the excuses. Cut out the doubts. You got this. I believe in you. If nobody else in this whole world believes in you, I do. So know that I'm here for you. I believe in you. And the more that you are involved with Scentsy, the more people like me that you're going to meet. Because there are a lot of us that fiercely believe in other people and support other people. So get involved. Do the SFR. Make the friends. Be weird about it. Oh, guys, I make it weird all the time. I grab people and hug them, and I fiercely tell them how much I love them, even though I just met them 2 seconds ago. That's me. Do that. Because people are never going to be like, ooh, you're weird. They're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so glad you said hi. I'm so glad that we're friends now. That is how the Scentsy community works. So guys, the thing is, parties. Parties are what changed my business. Parties are what made this revamp change. Consistency is what made this revamp change. The booking parties in July means PRV in July. It means new customers. And new customers means future bookings, which is parties in the future. It means people that you can ask to join your team during this incentive period. These are people that you can follow up with. They're going to place another order sometime during this incentive trip. They're probably going to host a party. They're probably going to join, because why would you not join a company with such a community of acceptance and empowerment? Guys, this is truly a gift. Scentsy is a gift that you can bless other people with. Scentsy changed my life. And when Heidi and Orville did their last end of the month live, I was crying my eyes out because I saw countless people comment, Scentsy saved my life. I was ready to end things, and Scentsy was the one thing that kept me there. I hope you realize how powerful this community is and all that it can do for you to change your life, to change everybody else's lives. Your success is determined by how much you help other people find success. When you help other people, you rise. We rise by lifting others. That is our whole mantra for SFR this year, my friends, and it is huge. So, growing is so important. And when you stop, it is harder to restart. If you are ready to restart, give it your all. You're going to have times where you want to quit, but don't quit. You got this. You are strong. There's going to be days where you don't want to get out of bed, where you don't want to work your business because you didn't sleep the night before, or you're sick, or your kid's sick, or you're going through whatever it is that you're going through. Show up anyways. Make it happen anyways. Guys, rock out July with parties, with follow-up, with getting rid of all of your supplies and meeting new customers, because this is going to be something you're planting now and you are going to reap the benefits of during this incentive period, because you're going on that trip and then you're going to come find me. And you're going to be on that trip and you are going to be looking around and you're going to find me all crazy, because by the way, guys, if you were in Disney, I was the one painting all the kids' faces with the neon paint. So we all know I'm going to be the crazy one. It's going to be real easy to spot me. And when you do, I want you to come find me. And I want you to come hug me. And I want you to say, Vanessa, I revamped my business when you did this live, because my goal in Scentsy is to make a difference in the lives of others. So let me tell you, let this be the thing that pushes you out of your comfort zone. Let this be the thing that is the starting point of a revamp that changes the rest of your business and the rest of your life. And then come find me and tell me, so I can tell you how proud I am of you and how impressed I am with everything that you've done. My friends, this is real life. I'm living this dream. I am telling you all of these things not to brag, but to tell you that I have paved the way for you. I have made this happen to show you that you can make this happen too. So as our time comes to an end here, I want to tell you this. Don't stop. Don't quit when life gets hard. Keep working. Lean heavy on your support system. Make Scentsy friends, because you're going to need Scentsy friends to celebrate with. Brag with them. Find somebody that you can brag with, because when you say, oh my God, I followed up with 5 people, get somebody that you can brag with to that. Because it's not actually bragging, guys. It's just celebrating yourself. Find somebody that wants to celebrate you and you celebrate them. So get a friend for celebrating. Get a friend that's going to give you tough love. Because there's days where you don't want to work, and just tell them, hey, can you just give me some tough love? That's your friend. The next thing you need to do is you need to surround yourself with people that are where you want to be. You want to sell Scentsy full-time? Go find someone that does it. Ask them what they do. Become friends with them. Force your friendship on them. That's what I call it. I have gained some of my closest friends doing exactly that. People that I would never imagine life without doing exactly that. You want to be a director? Go find some directors. Ask them what they do. Ask them how they do it. Find people that are where you want to be. Make it happen, my friends. Don't ever stop. Because guess what? Life never stops. So 5 years from now, you're going to be on this planet, and you can have an extremely huge business an empire, if you might say, or you can quit. And then 5 years from now, you're going to be like, wow, I wonder what my life would be like had I not quit on myself. Never, ever quit on yourself. At the end of the day, I don't care if you have someone sleeping next to you or not. The only person you have is you. So take care of yourself. You owe it to yourself to hit all of your dreams and all of your goals. You owe it to yourself never to quit on yourself. Because if you quit on yourself, you're going to quit on everybody. And you're going to quit on anything. So promise you guys, don't quit on yourself. You're worth it. You are worthy, my friends. So I'm going to end you with this very last thing. The work you do now will determine where you'll be in the next 3 to 6 months. 6 months of hard work and consistency can put you 5 years ahead. I experienced that in 2020. My friends, I experienced that again in 2021. You can do great things. You can do hard things. Share your story. We already learned the power of storytelling. Find Scentsy friends. Get out there. I don't care if you feel weird. Do it anyways. Nobody cares. We are all here to support and love each other. So do it. My friends, this is what I'm leaving you with. Rock out July. Cut out the excuses. Cut out the limits. Make huge things happen. And just do it. You got this. So, my friends, I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, rest of your month. Take it all in. Make the friends. Get uncomfortable. And come hug me when you're on that next incentive trip because I'm going to be there and I want you there too. Thank you so much for taking time out of your night to show up for these things because this is what helps you go up. I love you guys. I don't care if I don't know you. I love you. Please know I do. I believe in you. You got this, and we will talk soon.